it's important that before we start talking about swinging the bat, and what you need to do to swing the bat, give yourself the best chance to hit the ball, is that you get an idea of what you're trying to accomplish. And the first thing that you need to understand is what part of this bat will be the effective area. How much bat do you have to use against the ball? You know, in the metal bat, maybe a little more, wooden bat, a little bit less. But basically you have an effective hitting area in the bat. Some people call it the sweet spot. Okay, you've got to apply that to the ball. Okay, and you need to apply it with some speed, because if you want to hit the ball hard, the exit speed of the ball off the bat depends on how fast the bat is going. Okay, it's just a direct relationship. The other thing is how solidly you hit the ball, what angle it comes into the bat. So if the ball comes into the bat at an angle and gets a deflection, is it going to go as hard as it does when you hit it straight on? If it comes in at 90 degrees, would you figure you get the most out of it, or if it comes in at an angle? 90 degrees, I think that's pretty obvious. You know, the analogy I use with most people is if you're going to be in a car crash, you don't want to be on that head-on deal, right? Okay, the more deflection you can get, the better off you are there. But the deflection here takes speed off the ball, the exit speed of the ball. So we want the bat to be applied to the ball squarely. Okay, there's another advantage to having it come in squarely. What would that be? Any quick answer? How big is this area exposed to the ball? What happens when you put it at an angle? What happens to that area where the ball's coming in here as opposed to here? It gets smaller. So when you're trying to swing the bat to hit the ball, you're trying to hit it with a smaller surface. The effective surface that you're using is smaller. Is there any question about that? That's pretty obvious, I think. And if it comes into the bat, you want it to come in squarely. So you have a better opportunity to hit it because of the length of the sweet spot being exposed to the ball, and also the impact being perpendicular, giving you more impact. Okay, question about that? Okay, the other thing that we really need to work on is two things. One, getting the speed, the fastest part of the bat speed in the hitting area, and also getting that hitting area square to the ball. Okay, so how do you get it there so it's going the fastest? Okay, the angle of approach is really important. Now what we have these strings set up for is to give you an approximate idea of how the ball flight comes from the pitcher. Now the pitcher's usually got some height, right? So we figured when I set these up, you know, for a hitting area, we set it up for about a 6'3" pitcher, because I've been working with college. We thought that the average guy was probably 6'3". So the height they let the ball go to throw it down into the strike zone gives you about a 6-degree angle. So if you want your bat to hit get the best approach to the ball, what angle should your bat be going to get back through the ball? You'd want it to be what? The same plane as the pitch. So what you want your bat to do is you want your bat to come through the hitting zone and be in front of the ball for the longest period of time possible. Does that make sense? And you also want this effective hitting area, which is kind of marked here on this bat. Okay? You would like that to be what? Square to the pitch. So how do you do that? And what angle does it take to get it there? Now what I'm seeing, and with a lot of you when you hit, is you're here, you're up in here, okay, and your approach to the ball is down this way. And I know some of you have been told hit down on the ball, and I've never been able to understand why that is. Why would anybody say hit down on the ball? Is that mine or yours?
Mine.
Okay. I thought it was mine, and we would just have you turn it off. Okay. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this part of the bat on the plane of the pitch, keep it there as long as possible, and what? Have it going as fast as possible. So it's really important now that if you've taken a physics class to realize that if you have a certain amount of energy and you accelerate the bat, the longer you accelerate, what happens? You accelerate it longer, what do you get? You get more speed. Okay. The other thing is, if you're going to accelerate around the corner, you're going to get more speed accelerating around the corner or going straight. Pretty obvious, right? Going straight. So you need to get this part of the bat in a position to accelerate it through the ball in that direction, right? I'm watching most of you guys hit. You're in a position about here, okay? And then when you turn to hit, your bat comes out here. Now where does it have to go to hit the ball? Especially on the pitch down and in. Okay, it has to come down and across. So if you're here, what's going to happen? You're going to miss it, right? It's going to go right under your bat. Here, you might hit it pretty good. Right here, what's going to happen? You hit a flare out that way. So you're in this hitting zone just a short, very short period of time. And, you know, I've been involved at UC Davis for a long time. We had a prof do a study, and I'm trying to counteract the argument that you're hitting down on the ball is effective. But if you hit down on the ball 1 degree with that 6-degree angle coming down, you're in the hitting zone with the ball, the closing speed being 160, which would be, what, 80-mile-an-hour fastball and 80-mile-an-hour bat speed. You're in there 1/10,000th of a second, okay, and about this much area. So what we're trying to do is give you the idea that if you want to hit that pitch, okay, if you bring your bat into here, you know, and you're now to hit it, you've got to either hit down on it or hit across it in order to get your bat going. So where do you need to be? Now some of you have heard this before. What would be a better way to approach it? And if you get your bat back, you've heard people say get your bat back, watch baseball tonight and see where those guys launch their bat from. It's back over the back foot. And it will be, when it gets about here, the bat angle is going to be pointed right at the ball, where they're going to hit the ball. So the bat's going to drop down through the ball here. Now I came across that one a little bit. And most people will, unless they're in good shape to hit, which has been a long time ago for me. But you're here, you come down here, you want to get the bat on a plane. So when you come into here, now I would hit it, now I'll hit it, now I'll hit it. I'm a little jammed, right? Now I'm going to hit it the best. I'm going to stay through it. And I would want to hit the low inside pitch where? Where should I try to hit the low inside pitch? If I'm going to, if this theory makes any sense. Right through there. Hit it right through. Help me out there. Just missed it. I'm trying to hit it through here. Where would it go? If you hit it squarely, where would it go? It would go right back where the pitcher threw it from. So it would go right back through his release point. So if your bat hit's coming here and you want to stand in the batter's box in a position where you can do that and get it here. If you're too close, what are you going to do with it? Okay, if I'm up on the plate, which I tried to be as a hitter, which was crazy, I think. It was dumb. Better word. Okay, I was up on the plate. Now what can I do with that pitch? Okay, I can hit it out here. Okay, I can hit it up, or I can come across it, which is tough to do, but it really makes it really tough to hit. And that's why pitchers, if you take a look at where the hitter is standing, if he's in on the plate, you pitch him right in tight, it's going to be hard for him to do anything really with the ball, unless he comes across it, which is harder to do. Make sense? Any questions? Okay, so how do you make yourself do that? Okay, how do you get yourself in a position? What are some of the checkpoints? You want your bat back. Back how far? And I'd like you guys to keep this in mind, because when you go in the cage and work with each other, coaches can't be there all the time. Okay, so you've got to watch each other. So as I set up on the ball, the pitch is getting ready to come. If you watch a good hitter hit, he's going to coil, and as he coils, he's coiling until the ball's at least halfway to the plate. He's going this way. Okay, but what's he doing with his hands and bat? He's getting it set up for where the ball is. If the ball is up, what's the bat going to do? It's going to flatten out. Why? Because now I want to accelerate straight through this pitch. Okay? I want my bat going on plane here, so if I hit it here squarely, where's it going to go? I might get a double down the left field line. Get here, I'm a little bit jammed, but I'll probably hit the ball up the middle. If I get it here, what's going to happen? You're really going to juice it. You watched the guy Molina last night that hit the ball, and he hit a pitch about right there. Where did he pull it? He pulled it and hit it out, right? Because he got himself extended here. If you film guys hitting, you're going to find that the bat speed develops right here. That's where it's going the fastest. If you hang on to it with your right, with your top hand, okay, if you hang on to it there, it begins to slow down as you come out here. That's why you'll see a lot of guys come out here, and here, and here, and let it go, because this hand doesn't slow it down. You'll see it here. First guy I saw do this, I saw Will Clark, who was not a real strong guy, from what I've been told. Hit it over the 410 sign in right center, high outside pitch, and he comes off it right there. Hits it out. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your bat speed in a position to hit the ball and hit it squarely. Okay, questions there? Okay, no questions? Coach, questions? Anything I left out?
Bat angle and foot strike.
Bat angle and foot strike. If you watch guys, and if you guys got the TiVo and stuff now with the TV, watch baseball tonight. You're going to find that they're going to stride. The guys who really hit the ball hard are going to stride and coil. Okay, so they're here. Foot strikes. They're going actually the other way. They're going this way, and they're going to load up here, sit down, load up, get their hands back, and if I'm going to hit a ball out there, my bat's loaded right at 180 degrees there. They're going to hit the ball here, 180 degrees. They're going to hit the ball there. But now my hands are up here, bat's up here, and I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to be in front of it here and release out that way. Okay, so it's foot strike is fairly early. Okay, but there's no weight transfer yet. Foot strike is a reach and coil and sit. So I have something back here to hit with. I'm going to drive into here because I want to get momentum going this way, and then my front leg is going to stop my momentum on the outside, on the perimeter. And what happens if you have an object going in space like this and this side stops? Huh? See that happen? You can play with that here. Whips around, right? Like cracking a whip. You ever play that game where you hold hands and crack the whip? The one out on the end really gets thrown around, right? Okay, if you watch skaters start their turn, what do they have?
Coil.
They have the coil, arms are out, leg is out, and they spin. But when they bring everything back in or they stop the acceleration, boom, it goes around. So that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to transfer all this rotation, momentum rotation here to release the bat. And then the bat whips around.